Hi, welcome back to my story time with Nana. I have a whole new story for you. I'm very excited about it. This one's near and dear to my heart. I think you're all going to love it. Let's begin. Here we go. Chapter 4. The Holloway family had spent an entire week in Ohio. They enjoyed the campground because there was so much to do. They played putt-putt, swam at the pool, ate at the pizza parlor, and even went back to the obstacle course again. They also ventured into town and explored the Amish country. They learned about how the Amish live and even toured an Amish house. The Amish do not have electricity, and so when you look around, you will notice there's no television, radio, or even computers. Look, there's no outlets anywhere, the tour guide had said. They do not drive motored vehicles. You will see plenty of horse-drawn buggies around town, though. And the family did see buggies being pulled by horses. They went to a farmer's market and ate Amish food, and Mommy even bought an Amish quilt. Time to move, time to shake, let's go out and investigate, yelled out Daddy as he hooked up the RV to the truck. Mommy was getting the children situated in the truck. They were leaving Lazy River and moving on to their next adventure. Hi, Kenny said. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm one of the instructors at the obstacle course. I remember you, Elizabeth said. You helped me to fly like an eagle. I did, he said. Well, I have a little something for you all. He handed the box to Elizabeth. It's just a little something to remind you of your visit here, but you can't open it until you move into your new house. Thank you, the children called out. You're welcome, Kenny said, walking away with a wave. Safe travels! The Holloway family pulled out of the Lazy River campground and headed west. A few hours later, Daddy started singing. Here we go! Here we go! Welcome to Follow the River Resort, he said, turning into the campground. Another river? Asked Cathlynn. Yes, but just like the other campgrounds, I'll bet there's so much more to do here, Daddy answered as he parked at the front gate to check in. It must be a fancy campground, James said. Why's that? Mommy asked. Because it's a resort, he replied. Only fancy people go to resorts. Well, I guess that makes us fancy, said Elizabeth. The resort is run by a family, Mommy told them. They have a big house in the middle of the campground. Our campsite is very close to the house. I heard they're very nice people and have a lot of activities for children. I think this may be my favorite place, she said. Mommy, you've never even been here before. How can you say this is going to be your favorite place? Elizabeth asked her. It's just a feeling. Daddy came back and the family drove to the resort. And Mommy was right. There were a lot of children playing, and their campsite was right next to the big house. Once they parked, everyone went about their jobs of setting up and then took a walk to get the lay of the land. See what there was to see and see what there was to do. There was a camp store right behind the big house. It had a couple of picnic tables outside, and there were some families eating lunch. The camp store had a sandwich shop and an ice cream parlor right inside. The family went inside, and Daddy ordered sandwiches for everyone, and they sat at one of the picnic tables outside. Look, Mommy said, pointing across the road. They have a pool. There were families swimming and playing at the pool, and you can hear splashing and laughing from over there. Maybe we can go swimming later. Yeah, that sounds like lots of fun, said James. Hi. A tall boy walked up to their table. He wasn't really a boy. He was a young man with a childlike face. He was holding a book with a picture of a cardinal on the front and a pair of binoculars around his neck. Welcome to Follow the River Resort, he said. Hello, Daddy said, extending his hand. Thank you, giving the young boy a shake. My name is Roger, and this is my wife, Joan. My children, Elizabeth, James, and Cathlynn. My name is R.C. I live here. Did you say Archie? Asked Cathlynn. No, R.C., he answered. The R is for Robert. Oh, I got it now, she said. What is that book, R.C.? Oh, this is my bird book, R.C. said proudly, sitting next to Cathlynn. It has all of the birds I've collected. You know, the cardinal is the state bird of Indiana. My dad gave me this book so I can remember all of the birds I've collected. He opened the book and began pointing out each bird. That's pretty cool, James said, moving closer so he could see better. You know, we have a bird activity if you want to play, R.C. told them. It's the best activity here. Well, how does it work? Asked James. It's called Bird Bingo, R.C. answered. It's tomorrow around at 10 o'clock in the morning. You want to do it? Sure, Elizabeth said. It sounds like fun. Okay, I have to go now, R.C. said. I need to find more players. See you tomorrow. The Halloways finished lunch and went back to their RV to change into their bathing suits. Hey, Mommy, Elizabeth asked. Did you notice that R.C. talks a little funny? It's kind of hard to understand him. That's why I thought he said his name was Archie. I suppose he does have a slight speech impediment, her mother answered. You know, not everyone sounds the same. I know, I was just asking. Well, R.C. has Down syndrome, their mother told them. What is that? Asked James. Is it contagious? Oh, no. Children with Down syndrome are born with an extra chromosome. You know, chromosomes are made of DNA, building blocks of almost every organism. Anyway, sometimes something happens when the baby develops in their mommy's belly, and they get that extra chromosome. Well, he seems nice, Cathlynn said, and I can't wait to play bird bingo tomorrow. Yeah, RC made it seem like it was going to be a lot of fun, Elizabeth agreed. I'll bet I collect the most birds, James called out. We'll see about that, chided Cathlynn. The family spent the afternoon swimming and enjoying the warm sun. And that night, Daddy made burgers on the grill, and they had s'mores for dessert. It was a great first day. The next morning, Daddy made bacon and eggs outside on the grill in a skillet. And just as they were finishing up, R.C. stopped by. Hi, he said. Did you have a good first day? Yes, we did. Good morning, R.C., Mommy said. We have some extra bacon. Would you like a slice? Yes, thank you. He walked toward the family carrying his bird book and 3 bags. You can sit in my chair, James said. It's the best one. This is a pretty nice chair, R.C. said, sitting on down. Mommy gave R.C. a plate with 2 slices of bacon. Wow, he said. Thank you. Here, I brought these for you. He handed each of the children a bag. What is this? Asked Elizabeth, peeking inside the bag. It's your bird bingo packet, he answered, taking a bite of bacon. Yum! This bacon really is yummy. I'm glad you like it, Daddy said. So, where do you play the bird bingo, R.C.? In the woods near the river, R.C. told him. But don't worry, we won't go near the water unless we have an adult with us. That's the rules. Well, I'm glad you have rules, Daddy said. And I'm sure you're a rule follower. And you probably know all the best places to play bird bingo. I do, R.C. said while chomping down on his bacon. Inside this bag is a bingo sheet, a bird stamp, a map of the woods, and a camera phone and binoculars to collect all of your birds. Wow, this looks like it is going to be fun, said Cathlynn. You have to give the camera and the binoculars back, though. They're just for the game. Are you ready to go? R.C. handed Mommy the empty plate and gave her a big hug. Thank you for the bacon, he said. Oh, you're welcome, she said, giving him a hug back. Have fun, kids, and stay with R.C. The children followed R.C. to the tree line, and by the time they entered the woods, there were 30 bird bingo players. Okay, players, R.C. called out, take out your cameras and your bingo sheets. And when you spot a bird, take its picture for the collection and stamp the bird on the bingo card. Whoever fills their card with the most bird stamps is the winner. The children spread into the woods. Cathlynn, James, and Elizabeth stayed close to R.C. Stay quiet, he said. You'll collect more birds that way. My dad told me that once, and he was right. They began walking slowly through the woods, collecting birds. They collected a white-throated sparrow, a pine siskin, a cardinal, an eastern bluebird, a red-bellied woodpecker, a hairy woodpecker, and many other birds. They started back towards the campground feeling very accomplished. They had collected a lot of birds. Hey, what kind of bird is that? Asked Cathlynn, pointing way up high in a pine tree. It's not on my bingo sheet. R.C. looked where she was pointing. Oh my goodness, he whispered. That is a forked-tail flycatcher. I've never seen one before. Quick, Cathlynn whispered. Collect it, R.C. R.C. took out his camera and got a picture of the rare bird just as it began to take flight. Its wings spread wide and its tail flared out, sweeping behind it. It was beautiful. Cathlynn, Elizabeth, and James collected the bird as well. Oh, I'm so happy, cried R.C. Thank you, Cathlynn. You gave me the best gift of all. I can't wait to show my father. Oh, no, Cathlynn said, giving R.C. a huge hug. You've given us the best gift. Thank you for teaching us about bird collecting. Yeah, this was the best day ever, Elizabeth said, giving R.C. a hug. Thank you, R.C. Thank you. Did you have fun, James? R.C. asked. Oh, yes, I did, he answered. Thank you for sharing your love of birds with us. My favorite thing about collecting the birds was hearing them sing. Oh, I love how they sing too, R.C. said, giving James a big hug. Let's sing like the birds back to the campground. And so that day at Follow the River Resort, 30 children followed R.C. out of the woods, singing all of the bird songs that they had heard while they were collecting their birds. The end. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. I enjoyed writing it. Don't forget to share my stories, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Thanks for stopping by. Mwah.